back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith. This is going to be a super fast episode. We're going to just go over what was voted as the arrangement for how to line up the Marines at the beginning of the game, as well as talk about what their names are going to be, and we're going to draw the initial command point tokens so that our playmakers will know how many bonus moves they have to work with.
Captain Dallas, this is Command. Be advised, we have several contacts approaching your position. Captain Dallas, we have no contact. We have no contact. Over. Wait a minute. What's that? Captain, contact front!
Now, first of all, I want to go over that arrangement of the Marines. We had all kinds of great submissions. I think probably every possible lineup was there. I went and compiled all the different lineups. Some of them that were duplicated, so I added those together. But the top votes were for Lord Valgard, who also submitted a video. Let's take a quick look at a portion of that video detailing what he thinks we should do.
Hello there, Rodney and other YouTube viewers. Using my high-tech architectural software and other computer gadgets that I have in my possession, I was able to put together a to-scale drawing of the game and pretty much a foolproof plan for a win. Rodney, I think this is going to be just like a cakewalk for you. The first will be the Space Marine, followed by the Sergeant, the Flame Dude, another Space Marine, and another Space Marine. Movement will be as such. First Space Marine will move up past the hallway into that first corridor, followed by the Sergeant, Flame Dude, and the other Marine, who will then pass by him, keep going down the hall to occupy that second bottom-top intersection. The last Space Marine will just take this first door, be kind of a guard there for the back. So the end-all position should look something like this, with an easy win. That is good.
I love the confidence, Lord Valgard, but probably going to get us killed. Okay, we have our starting lineup. Let's take a look at each of the models, and then I'll tell you which names I chose for them based on your submissions. Again, if you haven't, go through the comments. There's a lot of great, clever, and funny submissions, and unfortunately I had to choose and narrow it down to just 5. Okay, so leading the charge, up front we have Bolter Brother, Captain Dallas. And this model was named by Chaz. You've seen his name in the credits, does the great sound effects and music for our series. Up next we have Sergeant Castile. Now this one here was chosen by Wormstrom AU. I really like this. He had a little bit of a background fluff for our Sergeant. So here's what he said. Sergeant Castile couldn't believe his luck, a chance to prove himself to the Emperor and his fellow Marines. After losing his last squad to a band of traitor brethren, Castile has been looked down on as a failure, and rumors have started about where his loyalty lies. So we have a little bit of a troubled sergeant leading our pack. Up next we have Heavy Flamer, Harvey Walters. Now a lot of people recommended that we name one of our models Harvey Walters. This is first recommended, I believe, in the comment section by Goofiest B. All right, so if you watched our Mansions of Madness series, Harvey Walters was the name of one of our fan favorites, I believe, and certainly a favorite of mine as well. And then up next we have Bolter Brother Jack. Now this name was given to us by Tommy Boy 500, who had the second most popular suggestion for how these Marines should be arranged, so I definitely wanted to give him a little bit of a shout out there as well. And then lastly, we have Bolter Brother Nova. And this came from The Flash Yellow. Before I moved to Prince Edward Island, I lived in Nova Scotia, so the name Brother Nova immediately appealed to me. And next we need to find out how many command points we're going to have to start with. Now, obviously, guys, I could cheat here. I could arrange these how I want and make sure I draw the right tokens. But if you haven't watched our series for very long, let me explain. We don't cheat here. Cheating is for losers, and I am not a loser. Well, except when I lose games. Okay, so that's a different kind of loser. All right, so I'm going to draw the first token, and it is, oh man, look at that. It is a 6. Okay, so that means we are going to have a potential 6 bonus moves during this turn. Drawing a 6 is a pretty good start. Unfortunately, we're not going to have a lot of targets in the early part of the game to maybe use some of those extra actions to attack with, but it might allow us to position ourselves quite nicely. Maybe start making a rush towards this final room. What we'll do moving forward, of course, is when we film an episode where we actually take all of our actions, at the end of that episode, I will be drawing the next command token to show you, so we don't have to have these little filler episodes where we're just drawing command tokens. Okay, playmakers, it's up to you now. What I'd like to do is have you write me at watchitplayed@live.com for what you think we should do for the opening move. Now, obviously, I will only be able to pick one, and I'm going to pick the first submission that I get. It'd be great if you could provide a little bit of an explanation for what your thinking is behind the move that you're submitting. Remember, of course, you have up to 6 command points that you can use during the move, along with the 4 action points for each of the Marines. If you want, though, you can save some of the command points for me to use during the Gene Stealer's turn, if you trust me with them. Now, you might be thinking, Rodney, if you're only going to pick one of the submissions, why are you having all of us write potential moves into you? And listen, the reason for that is not to waste your time, but it will allow me to know who's actually actively interested in being a playmaker during our Space Hulk playthrough. So what I'm going to do is, for the second move, I'm going to go to the second player who submitted an opening move. I'm going to contact them specifically and say, listen, are you ready to go with an opening move? And my assumption will be, since they were quick to respond to this video, they're going to be quick to respond to the next video. And that means I don't have to worry about slowing down the video production waiting for our playmakers to make decisions. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, well, it's probably my fault for not being clear. Anyway, you can ask your questions as always in the YouTube comment. Again, thanks for all your feedback that went into this episode. I look forward to starting the game in the very next episode. Thanks again for watching.